With renewed momentum under the leadership of Prime Minister Shri Narendra Modi, India's Act East policy is reshaping the destiny of Northeast India.
पूर्वी भारत का इमोशनल इंटीग्रेशन और डेमोग्राफिक डिविडेंड उसे ध्यान में रखा जाता बहुत जरूरी है और इसलिए हमारी सरकार एक्ट ईस्ट एंड एक्ट फास्ट फॉर इंडिया ईस्ट के मंत्र पर चल रही है.
Over the last 11 years, focused infrastructure investment has accelerated growth, creating jobs, energizing local economies, and unlocking the region's vast potential. Central to this transformation is a timeless asset, India's inland waterways. Recognizing their strategic strength, Prime Minister Shri Narendra Modi envisioned a robust river transport network to seamlessly link the Northeast with the rest of the country and global markets. This vision is being steadily realized under the guidance of Union Minister for Ports, Shipping and Waterways, Shri Sarbananda Sonowal.
Through waterways, if we could connect rest part of the country and also our neighboring nation, then it will be a greatest opportunities for our young entrepreneurs, producers, exporters, importers, all the business houses to explore this situation for the benefit of their own and as well as for the country.
Today, inland water transport has emerged as a reliable, economical and eco-conscious alternative to conventional modes supporting long-term regional growth. National Waterway 2 on the Brahmaputra has become the backbone of this effort, enabling smooth integration of the Northeast with national and international trade corridors. Regular cargo movement including Tata Steel consignments, cement, aggregates and over-dimensional cargo with the Numaligarh refinery has demonstrated the growing strength of river logistics. To enhance port connectivity, an elevated road project worth 180 crore rupees is underway, linking the Pandu terminal directly to the National Highway 27. A state-of-the-art ship repair facility at Pandu, being developed at a cost of 239 crore rupees, will soon allow vessels to be serviced locally, saving time, fuel and operational costs. At the same time, a maritime skill development center in Guwahati is preparing local youth for careers in the inland waterways sector. River transport is also transforming everyday mobility with the launch of RoPax services to Majuli, the world's largest river island. Journeys that once took nearly 12 hours are now completed in just 90 minutes, strengthening this shift towards sustainability. Hybrid electric catamaran vessels are set to operate in Guwahati. New infrastructure is shaping the future of cargo and tourism alike. The multimodal terminal at Jogi Ghopa is poised to drive cargo growth and economic activity across the region. Cruise jetties at Tezpur, Biswanath Ghat, Niyamati, Sadia and Vindhya Kota are opening new avenues for river-based tourism. To cater to growing demand, dedicated cruise terminals are being developed at Niyamati and Biswanath Ghat at an investment of 158 crore rupees. Floating terminals backed by continuous dredging ensure navigability throughout the year. Tributaries of the Brahmaputra such as the Dhanasiri River NW31 and the Kopili River NW57 are strengthening the regional grid by handling thousands of tons of cement and construction material and supporting infrastructure development. Tourism has reached new horizons with the iconic Ganga Vilas, the world's longest river cruise sailing from Varanasi to Dibrugarh. Today, 14 cruise vessels operate on the Brahmaputra in Assam alone. Permanent terminals at Bogibeel, Pandu, Jogi Ghopa, Dhubri, Sonamura, Karimganj and Badarpur connect the northeast to Kolkata and Haldia through national waterways and Indo-Bangladesh routes, with Pandu, Jogi Ghopa and Dhubri designated as entry and exit points for Bhutan-Bangladesh trade. Inland waterways are redefining regional connectivity. IWAI continues to steer this transformation, advancing inland water transport as a pillar of inclusive, resilient and environmentally responsible growth in Northeast India.